This is a 30-year chart of returns on the S&P index. And this chart tells you that if you missed one day, there's one day every year when 85%, 90% of all of the gains come. One day. And there are 36 hours a year when all investment return takes place. So in 365 days, nothing happens 99.5% of the time. This is why we have the laser eyes. This is why we say HODL. Because, and I have said before, trading Bitcoin is a sign of lesser intellect.
Welcome back to the channel. Aaron here from Bitcoin Bros. That was Michael Saylor saying that trading Bitcoin is a sign of lesser intelligence. And you could also put that same strategy towards MicroStrategy as well. You guys have been asking us in the comment section, when is MicroStrategy going to go to $500? When is it going to go to $1,000? Is it going to be next month? Is it going to be next week? Nobody knows in the short term. And if they say they do, they're lying. You should be buying the dips, holding MicroStrategy for the long term. That is not financial advice. That is just what we're doing. But I have a great one here today, guys. Going to be going over some MicroStrategy news, Bitcoin news, going over some of the Bitcoin proxies, Semler Scientific, KULR, MetaPlanet. So stay tuned for everything in today's video. Also have a clip from BitGo's CEO at the end of the video. He's talking about Bitcoin. Highly recommend you guys watch this one to the end. Let's go ahead and jump into it here today. We have Saylor tweeting again on Sunday, December 29th, saying disconcerting blue lines on SaylorTracker.com. This means that MicroStrategy has been buying Bitcoin over the past week. So we're going to see an announcement most likely tomorrow, like we've been seeing over the past 8 weeks, that MicroStrategy has bought some more BTC. Put your thoughts in the comment section. How much Bitcoin do you think Saylor has bought over the past week? Put your predictions in the comment section below. And then we have MetaPlanet becoming the #1 in the world for return percentage. As you can see right here, they did a 2,600% over the past year, making them the #1 traded company in the world. And this list is actually really interesting. If you look down this list here, we have MicroStrategy coming in at 422%, coming in at number 17. And if you look at number 2, we have KULR Technology coming in at 2,400% over the past year. And I'm going to be diving deeper into KULR because in the last video I made, you guys asked to see more of KULR. So I'll be doing just that. But getting into Bitcoin, Bitcoin is trading at around $95,000. We're down from the close a couple of days ago on Friday. We closed at around $96,000. So Bitcoin is down a bit. So we could see MicroStrategy open on Monday a little bit down from 330. So that's something to pay attention to. But if you guys need a brokerage to trade MicroStrategy, any of the Bitcoin proxies, any options, Bitcoin, any other crypto, you can sign up with MooMoo. If you sign up using our affiliate link, you can get up to 15 free stocks valued up to $2,000 each. So check that out. Basically free money. If you sign up, you can check that one out. MooMoo, a pretty good brokerage there. And then to get to the Bitcoin holdings for IBIT here, we can see IBIT now holds over 550,000 BTC since their launch in January. That is a massive amount of Bitcoin in just 1 year. And we're probably not going to slow down next year at all. And you can see all of the Bitcoin ETFs here. They now hold over 1.1 million Bitcoin, around 5% of the entire Bitcoin supply. So we know this is not sustainable. These ETFs acquired 1.1 billion Bitcoin in just 1 year. And we know there's only like 2 to 3 million Bitcoin left on exchanges. So this cannot keep up. We're definitely going to have to see higher prices for BTC. And also, if you look at how much Bitcoin MicroStrategy holds now, they have 444,000 Bitcoin on their balance sheet. And they're not going to be slowing down buying Bitcoin anytime soon. And obviously, this number will be updated on Monday when they buy more. But with all this buying pressure from the ETFs, from MicroStrategy, from all the other corporations that are adopting Bitcoin as a strategic asset to put on their balance sheet, the amount of Bitcoin that is available is slowly dwindling. And then one company that we have on our radar that we have picked up lately is Semler Scientific. They just had a milestone back on December 17th, and their options trading went available. So they're building out an options market right now. They're getting more volume over there. This is going to allow them to do things like what MicroStrategy has done with the convertible debt offering. So that's going to allow them to be able to put more Bitcoin on the balance sheet. Right now, they only have around 2,000 Bitcoin. And you can see right here, they have 2,084 Bitcoin. But with their year to date, they've been able to do a 92.8% Bitcoin yield. And they just started in May. And they're a small company, but you can compare that to MicroStrategy this year, and they've only been able to do 73.7% year to date. So Semler has been able to do that in half of the time this year. It's really because they're a smaller company. So with these smaller companies, you get a lot more potential upside. Semler only has around a $700 million market cap. So if Bitcoin performs well in 2025, I think Semler will also perform really well. This may be one company that could really outperform even MicroStrategy next year. That is not financial advice, and I'm not saying that's definitely going to happen for sure, but it could definitely outperform MicroStrategy from the point that they just started options trading, and their market cap right now is not that big. MicroStrategy has an $80 billion market cap. Semler only has around a $700 million market cap. So that's not financial advice, but definitely put them on your radar if you haven't yet. And then you guys wanted me to get deeper into KULR Technology Group here. So I'll be going over them a bit. And you can see in the past year, this company is up 2,300%. But if you zoom out here to the entire stock price chart, we can see back in 2018, they IPO'd and they traded around $3. They actually fell down all the way to like 13 cents earlier this year and have gone up since then. So really interesting to see there. But if you look at what they're doing with Bitcoin, they announced that they'll be adopting their Bitcoin treasury strategy, and they'll be putting up to 90% of their surplus cash in Bitcoin. And they purchased 21 million, so they don't own a lot of Bitcoin right now. But as you can see, they will be owning more Bitcoin in the future if they're going to be doing 90% of all cash they have. And this company, KULR Technology, you can see some of the things they do. They're doing some dramatic changes in the world of electronics, the advent of 5G communications technology, the automotive industry transitioning into the electrification of vehicles, the need for accelerated cloud computing growth, improved forms of thermal management. So a lot of different things within the technology world. See that they have been working with NASA, and I found this list over here on Reddit that somebody put together about all their contracts, contacts, and partnerships. They have some really big contracts that they've been able to pull off here. The Department of Defense, Department of Energy, NASA, UPS, USPS, Lockheed Martin, SpaceX, a lot of big companies in here. And you guys can read the rest of this list. You can pause the video if you want, but a lot of big partnerships from KULR there. And then one thing I thought was really interesting, if you look at their financials, they're growing year over year pretty good. So that's good to see they're in a growth mode. So that's probably attracting investors to come and invest in the stock. You can see their number of employees is only 57, so a pretty small company. But if you look back in March of 2024, you can see they were missing their revenue earnings by 62%. They missed earnings per share by 100%. So just not meeting expectations there. And you can see that in the price of the stock. If we look back in March, we can see the stock was trading at around 14 cents. So it's done massive gains since then. And then to get into Bitcoin here a little bit, if the 4-year cycles play out like we've seen in the past, 2025 should be a good year for Bitcoin. And one thing that I pointed out in my last video here, the last time we had a Trump presidency, in January, Bitcoin had a 33% sell-off, but then went into a massive bull market and went up thousands of percents. So we could see a small sell-off here, and then the bull run proceed after that. Not saying it's going to play out the same way 2016, 2017 did, but we have similarities with the president being the same. So that's just something to watch out for. But all in all, if history repeats itself here, we should have a good 2025. And then if we look at what Blockware is predicting for 2025, you can see some of their price targets. Their bear case is a $150,000 Bitcoin. This is with Trump not following through with the strategic Bitcoin reserve. The Fed further reverses course on the rate cuts, and long-term holders aggressively sell coins. So with all these negative catalysts, they think Bitcoin still gets to at least 150,000. If all these things happen, I'm not sure Bitcoin does that. And I'm a Bitcoiner, but that's just my thoughts. And then their base case is the current US holdings become the strategic Bitcoin reserve. Fed lowers interest rates at the projected rate. Corporate Bitcoin adoption continues at current pace. So I think this is a fair prediction here. And this may be what we see next year in terms of the strategic Bitcoin reserve. Nobody really knows if that's going to happen or not, but they are saying that would put Bitcoin at $225,000. And in the bull case, $400,000 as the U.S. adopts the strategic Bitcoin reserve while also buying Bitcoin. The Fed becomes more dovish as headline CPI declines and corporate Bitcoin adoption rate accelerates. That'd be like a Mag 7 company adding Bitcoin to the balance sheet. In my personal opinion, if this happens, I think 400,000 Bitcoin is very bearish. If all these three things happen, I think we could see Bitcoin potentially at $500,000. But you can see just how bullish Blockware is for the year of 2025 for BTC. And then I have a clip here from the BitGo CEO that I wanted to share with you guys. He's bullish on Bitcoin. He's talking about 2025. Gonna leave you guys with this clip. Let me know what you thought about everything in today's video. Do you want to see more of KULR technology? Do you want to see more of Semler Scientific or even Metaplanet? Leave all your thoughts in the comment section below. Appreciate you watching all the way to the end. Let's go ahead and check out this clip here.
Welcome back to Overtime. Bitcoin is falling today, but it's still a major winner this year, more than doubling in 2024. And crypto investors, they're very enthusiastic about 2025, expecting friendly policy from President-elect Trump. Joining us now is BitGo CEO Mike Belshi. BitGo is a cryptocurrency trading and storage platform. Hey, good to see you, Mike.
Hey, Frank. Good to see you also.
All right. So, Mike, we were just talking about it just now. Bitcoin, huge run up year to date, even bigger run up after the election. What's going to push this higher? What isn't already priced in?
Actually, I think the regulatory is somewhat priced in, but in general, we've seen that these news events don't always price in until they're actually here. So, look, we have a new administration coming in. Things look very promising. People are very excited. They're very bullish. But it's not here yet. So actually, I think we're going to continue to see the effects of that all through 2025. Remember that for the last 2.5 years, we've had not just a regulatory environment that didn't want to help you. We had a regulatory environment that was actively trying to kill you. So all of a sudden, with that changing in the opposite direction, we're going to continue to see good gains next year.
All right. What about David Sachs? He's going to be the, quote unquote, crypto czar. Do you think that's not priced into some of these upside moves we've seen in crypto?
I think it's indicative of what this administration is about. They want to see innovation happen. They want to see it happen here in America. They want to see America's strength. So, David Sachs helping both on the AI side as well as on the crypto side is phenomenal. He happens to be a big investor in BitGo. I've known David for 10 years, I think, at this point. So, look, he's a phenomenal mind. He's been seen all over the All In podcast over the last couple of years, and people see exactly how capable this man is. So I think he's going to be a great help to the administration, and he's going to help make sure that the policies that they're looking for come through.
Do you expect to see in 2025 more companies adding Bitcoin to their balance sheet? That obviously was a big theme of 2024. And I'm curious if you think that continues and whether there's any kind of reputational risk that goes along with that size of purchase of Bitcoin.
It's absolutely going to happen. We're talking with multiple clients right now about doing that. It's been a conversation for the last couple of years, but frankly, the regulatory changes make it a lot easier. Having ETFs available make it a lot easier. People don't remember exactly how much balance sheet cash some of the largest, top 7 companies have. I mean, it's hundreds of billions of dollars. So having some access to Bitcoin into that portfolio, into that treasury management, just makes sense. And remember, it's a hedge against whether the U.S. can curtail inflation. And while we're optimistic about what's going to happen with the new administration over the next few years, America has not had a track record at all of being able to curtail spending. So if we're going to continue to see monetary supply go up, Bitcoin is the perfect hedge against that.